Mikey?
Sure. So Salt and Sacrifice is the successor to Ska Studio's 2016 hit, the 2D Souls-like Salt and Sanctuary, which I played both on PC and on Switch. Loved it on the Switch, by the way. Highly recommend it. It's the perfect game for the Switch platform, in my opinion. And this time you're on a hunt for mages, even though, of course, it appears you can be a bit of a mage yourself, which is quite fascinating. One of the biggest changes, I think, is it features online and local co-op, which I would love to play with someone. One of you guys, maybe? Swinny? Hello? Anyone? And the release date is early 2022 for PC, PS4, and PS5. I'm assuming it's also PC. I only saw PS4 and PS5 on the actual
PC
trailer,
well.
but
it's PC.
I've been told it's PC as well. I'm really looking forward to this one.
I just want to mention as well, for anyone that's just jumping into this specific clip, we just also you can check out our what we thought about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and Elden Ring in separate clips as well for Summer Games Fest. So this is all our other highlights.
Yeah, and we're not going to cover everything that was in Summer Games Fest either. It's just our highlights that we liked. I've never played Salt and Sanctuary. I think I have it like through one of the freebies or whatever. I didn't buy it.
Was it on PlayStation, I think? Because I've got it on PlayStation as well. I don't remember if it was a freebie or not, but I never played it on PlayStation. It's 2D Dark Souls, really.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
That's
and
a whole genre now,
it's a
isn't it?
really cool game once you get into it. Really loved playing it.
It's just I don't know how much time I have to, get good at those games. Oh no, I don't actually have it.
It wasn't the longest
time.
It wasn't the longest game. I don't recall it being particularly long. So yeah. So the next one that we have is Evil Dead.
I was really pumped.
You guys are really into that.
Well,
yeah.
I was really pumped for this, and then I kind of thought we're going to go so long, maybe we're not going to actually cover this. So I'm glad that Swinny, the editor in chief, added this in. This looks insane. I'm a huge Evil Dead fan of the movies and the TV series, and this game, when it first got announced and we covered it. I was really looking forward to it, but I was a bit nervous. Like, is it actually going to be good? But having seen now what looks to be the gameplay, I think it looks awesome. And it's dated for this year. Don't think we have a month yet, Swinny. It's just 2021.
I couldn't find a month.
Yeah, I couldn't find it either. And then you also have that sort of asymmetric multiplayer style where you can play as the Kandarian Demon. And also, by the way, the trailer is awesome. And the sort of, the coverage in Summer Games Fest is awesome because you've actually got Bruce Campbell doing some of the voiceover work for it, which was awesome. And this the writing's so great as well.
Yeah, I love the fact that it seems like when you're playing as the demon that you can actually traverse in the classic Evil Dead style where it's low to the ground and like fisheye lens or whatever it is. That is so cool to implement as a gameplay feature as one of the biggest homages possible to Evil Dead. I love it.
It doesn't always happen, but it really looks like the people who are making this game love this series. Because sometimes, you get a deal, a publishing deal, whatever, you got an IP, make the game. But something about it just looks like, for me, as a huge fan, just the style and everything, they've really put in a lot of work to make it like Evil Dead. So yeah, I'd be super keen to check this out with you guys if it comes out, but I might have to bend your arm.
You might have to buy me a copy.
I'll buy you a copy now.
Well, if it's this year.
That's the new one, is it?
What am I going to do? I can't buy any more games.
One of the other ones that I definitely wanted to cover as well, and I think you did as well, Swinny, was Death Stranding. So Kojima and Jeff Keighley have an amazing relationship. They have a big bromance going on. Check out the interview. It's quite interesting just hearing Kojima talk about coronavirus and making games, and he was kind of comparing it to 9/11. It was quite interesting, actually. And he's had a long and storied career, obviously. He's one of the important voices in the game dev world. But this trailer was quite incredible. The music, the sound, the look, and then, it very explicitly later when you have Norman Reedus' character, Sam Porter Bridges, reenact the whole cardboard box thing that's from a very Metal Gear Solid perspective.
That's pretty fun.
I have a theory on what I think it all means, but I want to hear from you guys first and what you thought of the trailer.
So I'll just say that this is only Kojima could get away with a trailer like this, where you've got extended sequences of the character just staring at a cardboard box and just looking at it and picking it up. It's so great. Like, even going back to the initial, launch trailers of Metal Gear Solid 2, he's just got such a style that just resonates with me. It just clicks. In terms of what it means, obviously we know it's a PS5 version.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a director's cut.
Yeah, so it's obviously going to have some new elements to it, because surely you couldn't call it director's cut and just have it be a nicer version.
Yeah, so they did confirm that. So they've said it's an extended and expanded version of the game.
Which is interesting to me because some of the common criticisms I saw, now obviously Mike, I know you played it, I haven't, but some of the common criticisms I saw of Death Stranding was that it's actually probably too long in certain parts. No, that's just the common things
I can
I've
see
heard.
how people would say that, yeah.
So to expand on that is interesting, but I don't know. I haven't played Death Stranding. So.
Even though both of you own a copy, courtesy of me,
I played a bit of it.
Buying you guys a copy last year.
Yeah, what do we call the Xmas
Are you even
thing?
going to play it?
It was called out. Well, it was just we gave each other gifts.
Big
We
Xmas.
gifted each other.
Big
The
Xmas.
big Xmas.
Big Xmas. No, I it's actually stayed with me. Death Stranding. It's just literally I had to play through all the game of some of the year 2011 games, all these other games that are coming out and stuff like that. And I literally just kind of ran out of time.
Oh, you had to? Oh, did you, Intigo?
You know what? He's waiting for that, for me to say something like that, to pounce.
You do deserve it.
Now, can I give my explanation of what I think the sequence means, the meaning, the artistic meaning behind it? Can I do that, Swinny?
You need my permission?
Well, yeah, because you're bitching me around today. So we have, basically like the stand-in almost in a way for Solid Snake, but you've got Sam Bridges, the character from Death Stranding. Now, he's taking the cardboard box, puts the cardboard box, jumps in the cardboard box, jumps out, right? Obviously, it's huge homage, you could say, to Metal Gear and Solid Snake. But my interpretation of it is the box actually says fragile and it says handle with love, right? The character's putting it down, he's jumping in, leaving. My interpretation is it's like Kojima saying to the fans, the relationship that I have with this game it's fragile, like Metal Gear and the character itself. And by jumping in and jumping out, it's almost like that's had its place. Like I've gone in, I've done that, but I'm leaving now and I'm putting it back on the shelf and it's kind of done. So that's my interpretation, that he's done with the series and this is his last little homage to it.
You do know there's a character and a company called Fragile in the game.
Sure.
I'm not saying it's not right.
Sure, you
wrong.
knew that?
I'm just saying, clarifying you do that.
Well, but they could have picked anything and they've picked that. The other boxes didn't have that. And also there were oranges in the box, which is another homage, obviously, to Metal Gear Solid.
Interesting. So I played through the game when it came out, loved it. Thought it was one of the most memorable games I've ever played. I don't know why. Something about the gameplay, even though you're mostly just delivering stuff, works so well. This clearly looked like it was an extension to that because in the game, there's obviously stealth elements. A lot of the time you're dealing with BTs, which are the supernatural enemies in the game. But there are elements where you're dealing against other humanoid or human enemies. And I feel like this looks like it's taking that one extra step where it's merging it with the old school Metal Gear mechanics of sneaking through more enclosed spaces as opposed to the open world that he had in the previous game. So the only thing I'm struggling with this is I don't know if I can play through the entire game again just to experience that part. So that's a bit of a shame because to be honest, this looks amazing, but I don't know if I'll ever get around to it. Because if it means having to play through the whole game again, as much as I enjoyed it, I don't know if I can go through that again.
Yeah, it's always a disincentive to play games when they come out.
Almost is, yeah. Wait until you get the superior version and get that one. So there's a few games like that where I'm kind of glad I waited, like Final Fantasy Integrate, which we'll talk about a little bit in a sec when we talk about the prices and stuff. I'm kind of grateful I waited. I only played a little bit of it, and I thought in my head, hang on a minute, PS5 just around the corner.
Yeah.
I'll just wait.
And the final one that Swinny, you got to explain yourself on this one. The Sonic Unleashed Symphony.
Yeah, so we're basically to let you guys into a bit of a inside. We generally list the stuff that's covered in these presentations and say, hey, who's interested in what? And we put a bit of a rating to then figure out what we want to talk about. The reason why I put super interested against this one is because I actually am a huge fan of this game.
Oh, really?
Sonic Unleashed.
Oh, okay.
I love Sonic Unleashed. It's very divisive, but the soundtrack is really, really great. And I just want to call out that it was just really great to, and unexpected to hear some, a symphony playing Sonic Unleashed in a 2021 game presentation. I just wanted to say it was just really, really cool.
Oh, okay. Easy. Oh, I thought there was something more to that. Or,
No.
Okay, no, fair enough.
Highlight.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on to our next bit of news. And this is coming from the Ubisoft Forward announcement. Unfortunately, leaking a little bit early because I would have been